All right, ladies and gentlemen, on the phone, we at 6020 Sports, we know the coming guest as the chief bracketologist for 6020 Sports for his fourth consecutive appearance. You may know him slightly different as the 42nd President of the United States. President Clinton, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing fine, thanks.
Who you have in your Elite Eight, Mr. President?
I've got Pittsburgh, Duke, North Carolina, and Syracuse, Louisville, Michigan State, UConn, and Memphis. You know, I think there's probably 5 or 6 teams that could go all the way this year. But I really like Syracuse, you know, if they can play. I just think I'm going to go with Syracuse, but I think, Syracuse, you know, that's just sentimental. I love Syracuse.
I tell you what, that UConn game might be one of the great one of the great games of any kind. The UConn-Syracuse game this year, and it was unbelievable. At 6 overtime. Are you going to tell Terry McAuliffe that you picked Syracuse?
You bet. Listen, the Syracuse already ruined one night. I got home from an event I did and watched the last 3 minutes of the game, and I said, well, I'm going to go to bed after this overtime, and I had to stay up for another hour and 15 minutes. I love Syracuse. You got to love Boeheim's a great coach, and those kids play with so much heart, and you know, that point guard of theirs is, to be as little as he is, he's just got great court sense. I don't know. I'd be surprised if they got to the Final Four, but I'm not going to be all that surprised if they make the Elite Eight.
Okay, I got West Virginia in my Elite Eight.
Yeah, they're good. I really think they're good. I had them in one of my brackets, but they'll have to get by Michigan State or Boston College. My gut is they can, but Michigan State weakened at the end of the year, but they've got a lot of talent, and Izzo's such a great coach, and they've been there so many times. You got to give them a little advantage. But boy, Huggins is a good coach, and West Virginia was playing great at the end, so you got to give them credit. I just don't know if they have the skills to go. I don't think they can go beyond the Final Eight, but they might get there. They got a fair chance, I think.
Now, who you got in the Final Four?
Louisville, Memphis, Pittsburgh, and North Carolina, or Louisville, Connecticut. I can't tell. Memphis may have a good enough defense, but they're skinny, so UConn can probably match up against them, and I think they'll get by.
So we're going to go with UConn, and who you think's going to play for the championship this year?
Louisville and North Carolina.
And you, oh my God!
Because I think North Carolina is strong enough physically to handle Pittsburgh.
Now you know President Obama has North Carolina, so are you going to go with Pitino, or are you going to go with Carolina with
Erskine Bowles? I don't know. You know, Louisville was so good to us in the last go round. I kind of think Louisville will win, but North Carolina, I still believe, you know, they sort of show up sometimes and sometimes they don't. If their point guard's healthy, they're going to be hard to beat just because of they've got great athletes. But I must say, I was really impressed with Louisville at the end of the year. They were better than I thought they were, and to win the Big East and then win the Big East tournament, I just, you know, I think they're good. Who are you going with?
You know, I'm leaning toward Louisville too, but I think Xavier and West Virginia are going to be some teams that are going to go deeper than anybody thinks. That's my picks for Xavier.
I agree. Villanova also has the capacity to beat Duke, you know.
Yeah, they do. And another team that I kind of like to surprise is Utah. And the only reason I say that is both Xavier and Utah beat LSU pretty bad.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a good tournament we got this year.
So you and I, you're going with Louisville, right?
I'm going with Louisville. I'm going with you because Obama has North Carolina. So I'm, you know what I mean. I'm a Clinton man, so I got to stick with my man here.
Yeah. But I tell you what, if those two teams get in the final,
right?
Basketball doesn't have a loser because Roy Williams is a great coach, and
he is a nice
Carolina.
guy.
I still think they got the best athletes if the point guard stays healthy. I think that Louisville has a way of playing. Their defense is so great. The defense, it seems to me, tends to win national championships.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. President. We appreciate it so much, and we look forward to talking to you again next March.
Thanks, man. Take care.